Hello and good day to you. Today we are going to be learning how to draw trees. We're not going to be drawing just any trees, we're going to be drawing semi-realistic trees. Before we start, we are going to have to talk about something that is really important for when you're dealing with plants. Opposite branch trees always have opposite branches. Alternate branch trees always have alternating branches. Pretty easy, right? And so the tree we're going to be doing together today is the alternate tree. And that's because most trees in nature have alternate branches, not opposite. Those are the poplars, birches, oaks, beech, the list goes on. So we're gonna make it very simple for us today. We're just gonna draw a generic alternate tree. That was weirdly hard to say. Generic alternate tree. Generic alternate tree, generic alternate tree, generic. This will be a new tongue twister. First thing we're gonna start with is a trunk. Now, a lot of people, when they are drawing trees, draw two straight lines like this. On a real tree, the roots kind of come like this, and the ground is somewhere here, and the root, for instance, has lots of roots like this. We're not going to draw all the roots today. If you take all of this part away, you'll find that the bottom of your tree is a little bit wider. So if you do a little bit of a curve, not too much, a little bit of a curve, you have the start of a really good, more realistic tree. Put some grass, you know, and a bug. The reason that we like to go up and out a little bit is because this is where the tree starts branching. So we're gonna draw one kind of a little bit curvy branch over here, because in nature most trees don't have perfectly straight branches. They're always a little wobbly. And from about the middle of the tree, I'm going to kind of follow that line over here. This weird bulbous thing right here doesn't look too much like a branch. So we're gonna be practicing a lot today the skills of following our curves. Now, if you find that a little bit difficult, we can do a bit of a practice where we can go some random curve like this and a random curve. My marker broke. Then you can take the end and try your best to follow exactly the same line without touching it. And the crazier you get, the harder it is. So you can see that those are also good starting points for maybe worms or snakes. So once we have practiced following our own curves, I'm thinking to make this a good climbing tree with a branch a little closer to the ground. Instead of up here, I'm gonna put this branch over this way and follow my own line. Okay, there we go. This is starting to look better because we have one right here, and then we have another one over here. Which side do you think the next branch starts on? We're going from here to here to here to here to here, kind of like that. So it's actually alternating. I should just stop drawing things I need to erase. Then the next one would come on out like this. And then the next one, come on out like this. And at some point, we have to start making the branches less long. So the branches on the bottom are going to be a lot longer than the ones right at the top. I kind of want to climb this tree, but there's a way we can make it even better for climbing. You can erase a little bit here. This is why you want an eraser. And we can make a branch here. So if we have a branch coming out here, then we have to alternate sides and have a branch coming out here. And alternate sides again. And have a branch coming out here. It's starting to look a bit like a tree, right? So we'll do the same thing here. Now you'll notice branches are almost always branching out. The reason for that is because they are looking for the sun. And if you have a branch that, for instance, starts trying to go back towards the tree, like that looks weird, right? We can all agree this looks weird. The reason it looks weird is because a tree wouldn't do that because there's no sun in the middle. Trees are good at making shade. Problem is they're good at making shade even for themselves. So that's why branches would be looking to spread out, not in. Out and a little bit of curve. Out and a little bit of curve, like that. And then alternating sides. Go like that. And put another one alternating out here. Now, none of your branches have to be perfect. If your tree's a bit wobbly and wonky, that's actually a good thing because you'll notice that there's windstorms and lightning strikes. Sometimes branches die, or sometimes there's too much shade over here, so the tree has to like grow strangely and sideways like this. Trees do all sorts of weird things. So if your tree doesn't look exactly like this, that is okay. All trees are different. But an alternate tree always has alternate branches. This is in your control. So we're gonna go to this branch now, and right here, you can see some of our branches are starting to get kind of close, right? We are gonna do something kind of nifty. We are going to have the line coming here, and then we're gonna have this branch go behind this branch. And we do that by not drawing the line here. If you are drawing the branch here and then have it go like this, that looks weird, right? Absolutely it does, because this branch wouldn't somehow spontaneously jump down there. So for this to look right, we're gonna have to use our imaginations and continue the imaginary line across there and go up there. And you can even put little dots that you can erase if you think that would help. All right, so that's looking pretty good. And then we gotta do another branch right here. And on this side, in case you needed more practice, because we always need more practice, we are going to do exactly the same thing and draw a branch coming out here and put the dot to help me remember where it is on the other side right there, and then I'll erase my dots. Alternate branch and alternate branch, and then you can guess up here we can do a couple of alternate branches, and up here in the top of the tree. Now at this point, if you really wanted to put some tree leaves on it, you could, you know, draw kind of a big leaves around it like that. Most trees, as you know, have big branches, smaller branches, all the way down to the itty bitty twigs. And so if we wanted to get that detail-y, then on this branch that we first drew, we can do a branch, we can do a branch, we can do a branch, and from even there, we could do another alternate branch. I'm kind of going fast now, not getting as picky. But as you can see, on each one of these branches, you can do more alternating twigs, even down to the twig level, where you go here and here and here, and then here and 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 here. And so I'm gonna very quickly fill the rest of the tree out. You fill yours out to the level of detail you're happy with. and we'll check back on how you're doing at the end. So sometimes it's good to take a step back because it's really easy to get focused on all little teeny tiny details. So if you're doing a winter tree, you can do all the way down to the twigs for the entire tree. But sometimes it is also nice to take away parts of your tree and make it seem like the leaves are covering parts of it. Let's take some of that out. So you can stop your tree whenever you want. You can give it lots of detail. You can give it little bits of detail. I kind of like mixing and matching. As you can see, you can get as creative with this as you want. Now, before we finish the tree, we got to figure out who's living in that tree. Now, I think I am going to draw a slightly rectangular hole in the tree, which implies that a pileated woodpecker has come to this tree. And I'm also going to draw a ball of leaves up here with two little eyes. Aha, there we go. Now it's peeking from the darkness. Maybe down here we can have a little bird. We'll do a little body and a little head and a little beak and some legs. And birds are gonna look really weird without some kind of tail. Maybe a little bat can be hanging here. A little body, upside down legs, little head, little mouse ears. And bats don't usually have their wings open, but I think I'm gonna do that anyway. Ha ha ha, there we go. Love it. All right, we have some carpenter ants crawling up the tree. And that is why the pileated woodpecker is pecking. We've got to give him a little mohawk and then a body and then a big long tail. And he is, of course, grabbing the tree with his big feet. And a pileated woodpecker's favorite foods are little ants. So ask your parents, and if they say yes, I would love for you guys to send us a picture of your very own tree and all of the wildlife and animals that you put in yours. Thanks for joining me for today's art lesson. We'll see you next time. Bye.